Hi students, welcome back to our biology classes. This is Divya Kanmili and I am going to teach you biology classes. Yes students, today we are going to learn about the sexual reproduction in plants. Already we have learnt about the asexual modes of reproduction in organism in the previous class. Yes, we are studying about the reproduction in plants chapter, right? Now let us learn how the plants reproduce, especially the plants which reproduce sexually are nothing but the higher plants. So what do you mean by a higher plants here? Higher plants means these are the plants which are able to produce the flowers. Not all the plants are able to produce the flowers. The plants which are able to produce the flowers are called as higher plants. Okay, these higher plants will show the reproductive procedure which involves a sexual reproduction. Okay, so what actually happens in sexual reproduction here? So in sexual reproduction we can see that the new plants will arise from the seeds. Okay, so as a result of sexual reproduction the seeds are produced and from these seeds a new plants will be produced. Understood? So now let us understand about the most important crucial part of a plant which is the reason for the sexual reproduction in plants, that is nothing but the flower. Yes students, as we know that the flower is the reproductive part of the plant. Let's have a very quick glance. Why? Because already you know what are the different parts that are present in the flower, right? So this is the typical structure of a flower. So this structure is representing the typical flower, that is nothing but the hibiscus flower. So where we can see the petals which are brilliantly colored and a green colored small leaf like structures called as sepals. Okay, and we can see here both male and female reproductive parts. So the male reproductive parts are nothing but the stamen. We can find more stamen here. The stamen is nothing but the anther and filament. Anther and filament together constitute the stamen. If you see the female reproductive parts of the flower, that is stigma, style and ovary. So the stigma, style and ovary, all these three parts will constitute the female reproductive part of a flower, which is called as pistil. When a flower possesses either pistil or a stamen, such type of flower we call as a unisexual flower. So uni means what here? Single. Okay, so what are the examples for unisexual flowers? So the plants like corn, papaya, cucumber, watermelon, all these plants will produce unisexual flowers. Okay, that means there will be either the plants which possess only a male flowers, or there will be a plants which possess both male and female flowers separately on the same plant. Other type of flowers where they possess both stamen and pistil together in a same flower. Such type of a flower we call as a bisexual flower. So bi means here two. So both the male and female reproductive parts are present in the same flower. Such type of flowers we call as bisexual flower. So whatever we have discussed for understanding about the parts of a flower, no? So this is also a bisexual flower. Why? Because we have seen stamens as well as pistil in the same flower. What are the examples for the bisexual flowers? Yes, mustard, rose, okay, petunia, even the hibiscus. All these plants are producing the bisexual flowers. Are you able to identify the stamen in the flower? So this is the stamen. I have drawn separately for you guys. So a stamen involves anther and filament. So you can see a head-like structure here. So you can see this head-like structure, no? So this is called as anther, and the blue colored line whatever we have drawn, this is what? A filament. So inside the anther you can see the dots, right? So what does the dots represent here? These are nothing but the pollen grains. What are the pollen grains? A pollen grains possess a male gamete. A pollen grain will possess a male gamete. So what does a male gamete means? Gamete means a reproductive cell which is able to participate in the process of reproduction. Okay, so here male gamete means the reproductive cell which is of which type? Male. Okay, so the anther is going to produce the pollen grains which have a male gametes in it. Okay, are you able to identify the pistil in a flower? Yes, when you see here, the pistil involves stigma, style and ovary, right? Inside the ovary you can find one or more number of ovules. So ovules are also called as eggs. So the ovary will produce the ovules here. What are ovules? Ovules are the female gametes. That means gametes are reproductive cells and these gametes belongs to the female. So in the sexual reproduction what happens? Do you know, students? Yes, the male gamete which is present in the pollen grain will fuse with the female gamete which is present in the ovules. Okay, so as a result of this, a zygote will be formed. As a result of sexual reproduction, what happens? A zygote will be formed. How a zygote will be formed? Due to the fusion of male and female gametes. So, how does a male and female gamete fuse actually? How come a pollen grain which is present in the anther will fuse with the egg which is present in the ovary? So, to understand that, let us meet in the next class. This is about today's class, students. Please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.